This is Groundeffected. My name is your dad, and I have a confession to make. For the last 4 years, I have been 3D printing like there is no tomorrow, and I'm not gonna lie, I have genuinely printed so many things that at this point, I don't even think I could live without a 3D printer. At first, I was printing things for little things like this. This is a FPV drone. You fly this thing around the sky like a weirdo. And inside here is a little camera that I can put goggles on my face and see through, and basically I'm flying like a bird. Now those drones needed to have cameras on them for no other reason than for you to show off your absolute epic skills on YouTube. And that's where printing these kind of things came into play. This is where my 3D printing got a start. Fast forward a couple of years, and I think it's becoming a bit of a problem. Now, I wouldn't really say it's that much of a problem, but there is definitely a lot of models that maybe I don't need to have. I've been extremely protective over the models that I've printed and painted. Not many of them have been able to be sold. And part of this may be because I have some sort of an imposter syndrome. Part of it may be just because I'm a typical artist and I literally cannot put a price on the things I make. This year though, I want to change that. And not just because this is something I should do as an artist and just learn how to be able to part with my wares, but more importantly because I literally have no more space in my studio. There is just models everywhere. At first I had a dedicated cabinet which I put a couple of models in. That became a much bigger cabinet which ended up filling up very fast, which then in turn ended up becoming shelves in extra places and models sitting on every single surface I have available. If you watched my video from last week, you would have known that I had parted with a couple of my models, and this is probably the best thing that I've ever done. And this is not because I made a little bit of money, but mostly because I made a little bit of space. But it did show me one thing, that I have a lot of models and not enough money. Maybe you do, maybe you don't know, but I have a shop, and in my shop I sell stuff to paint models with. Unfortunately, it's been 2 years and I still haven't been able to complete a Vallejo set so that I can have every single color when a customer comes in. And I can see it on their faces, the look of disappointment the minute they walk in. It's Groundeffected store. He's gonna have everything I need. And the truth is, I just don't have everything that they need. I have everything I need, but what I need is different to everybody else, and other people need more things than just what I have. And so, for the first time ever, I am opening up every single one of the models that I've printed and painted is available for sale. Some of them have already gone. I'm not gonna lie, they have literally got legs and walked out that door to new homes. Which I'm going to be totally honest is probably a really good thing, because I do, in fact, not only need to get some more space available in my life, but also I would really like to fill up the stock in the shop. Not only that, but I'm working on other things that I need the money to be able to buy. Now, I'm not the kind of person to ask for anything, and in fact, I never want to ask for anything, but I do know that I have a lot of models that people want, and I'm prepared to let them go for a lot less than I would charge if I were to actually commission these models. So I'm hoping that there is a bunch of people out there that might want to buy some of these models just to help me alleviate some of the pressures. However, this comes with a small caveat, and the caveat is that not all these models are actually able to be shipped. This is probably one of the main reasons that has kept me from selling them for so long, because I made them for videos. And when I made them for the videos, my entire purpose for making the model was just to complete the video. As you know, I make a video every single week, and making one of these models, it takes a lot of time. So getting one ready for the video, sometimes I might cut a few corners. For example, this entire model is stuck together. None of this comes apart, and this is gonna suck to ship. And this is going to be the reason for that slightly cheaper price, because I just don't know if they might make it or not. I'm going to do my best to make them make it. And I'll be honest with you, there is only one model that's ever broken when I shipped it, and I didn't put any packaging with that. I literally put the model inside of literally a bottle of resin's box. I took the resin out, put the model inside of it, and sent it to someone in Sweden. And that person was a very sad person. But I will do my best not to have any more sad persons. However, there may be some sad people. And in this case, you might have to fix your model if it does get broken, but I'll try my best. Now you may be saying, Mr. Groundeffected, your dad? How much is these things? Well, that's going to differ from model to model. They're all going to have a slightly different price, and that is because obviously some of them are bigger than others, and some of them are just more effort to send than others, and other of them I might just love more than my own children. Also, I actually have no idea how I'm going to facilitate this. The only thing I can possibly think of is for me to perhaps put this on my Instagram. I might place some photos up on my Instagram over the next week. I will post some stuff, and that's a place that I can post it. But if you are interested in a model, if there was a model that you saw being painted and you wanted that model at the time, and maybe I never replied to you, because that's the thing that I did. I never replied to a lot of people who asked me about the models, and for that I am sorry, but also I was scared to sell it, man. Like I didn't want any disappointment. And I'm at the point now where I don't actually need to have that problem in my life. I need to get over this, and this is how I'm going to do it. This is really not easy for me, because I've put in so much time and effort into these models over the last few years. They genuinely feel like they're a part of me, and I'm really not looking forward to getting rid of some of the models. However, like I said, it's time to move on. It's time for me to grow up and just accept the fact that I cannot keep hoarding resin with paint on it anymore. Now I do realize that obviously this isn't another painting video, and for the last few videos there hasn't been painting videos. Don't worry, the painting videos haven't gone away. It's just been Christmas, so I had a little bit of time that I was just not painting. I needed a break for just a couple of weeks, but don't worry, next week we're back into painting again, and I can't wait to show you what I've got in store. For now though, I think I want to just explain to you what I want to use the money from these models for, and it's going to be, at first, to set up some more paints. I need a lot more paints for the studio. Not only paints, but I definitely need some more tools, because tools are something that need to be used to make models, I guess. And if I don't have tools, how can I get people making models? And as you know, recently I've been working on metalworking, and there is a good few ideas that I have to put metalworking into my model making, but there are still a few more tools that I need for this as well. So those tools will also be bought with the money that I make from selling me models. So hopefully you don't absolutely hate me for this specific video, but I figured I need to get it out there. I didn't want to do a thing where it's like, donate me money, send me, please help me. It's none of that, because I'm not that kind of person. I've literally turned down so many sponsorship deals because I personally thought it had nothing to do with the channel, and there was no reason for me to take money just to sell out. So I am not selling out, but I'd like to sell out my models, because I feel like that's not selling out, that's actually my work. It goes without saying that there are other channels to support this channel, and obviously one of those most important ones is the Patreons, because without the Patreons, these lights couldn't blind my eyeballs, and I wouldn't be able to make videos every single week. By the way, if it doesn't tell you something about me, I don't have a donation link, and I don't think I'm gonna make one, because I just don't feel like anybody should donate at all, because I just don't understand what that's all about. It feels weird to me. If you want to donate, buy one of the models. I'm also going to just make a point at this point to let you know the shipping to overseas is going to be a lot, and a lot. That's because I need to insure the model, because there's no ways I'm going to send you money back and have a broken model as well. I've been through that once before, and there are 2 videos about that on my channel. So if you want to be part of the Groundeffected and have something that I have made sitting in your living room, for whatever reason it is that you would want that, then maybe you want to get a hold of me on Instagram. If you are already one of the Patreons, then you can message me on Patreon. You can message me on my email, which is it's info@groundeffected.com. Not sure why I said information, but info is short for information. Never mind, that's a weird tangent that we don't even need to get on. At this point, I would like to thank obviously the Patreons for supporting me, because without them I wouldn't have been able to take this little break, and we're at the part of the video where I can tell you, if you didn't like anything you saw in this video, I genuinely don't care, and it's time for you to now